I recently dropped a video where Kwame Brown expressed his dislike for Kevin Garnett, and then I paralleled it with Carmelo Anthony's experience to simply highlight some of the players that find Kevin Garnett's brash conduct on the court to be offensive. Well, here we have Udonis Haslem, who feels the same way Kwame Brown feels about Kevin Garnett. But the distinctive difference here is Udonis Haslem ain't just keeping this on the court. He made it very clear that this is an off-the-court situation as well. He's not only singling out Kevin Garnett, he's also adding Paul Pierce to the equation, because both Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett has said some things over the years that Udonis Haslem is not taking lightly. Now, before we get into the content, I just want to say that before anybody judges Udonis Haslem in the way that he conveys his dislike for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, all of this started on the court, all right? Boston and Miami never liked each other. Paul Pierce and Garnett always had history with LeBron when LeBron was with Cleveland. But obviously when he went to Miami, there was even more friction between all of them. And so when Ray Allen ended up coming to Miami, that compounded the dislike. So now that they're all retired, obviously LeBron James is still playing, but we know the names of the players that are retired now. And they're, some of them not just leaving this on the court. And Udonis Haslem is letting it be known this ain't an on-the-court issue. He does not like a lot of the things that Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce has been saying. And, I'm gonna let you run into the content and let you hear it for yourself. So with no further ado, here's Udonis Haslem sending shots at KG and Paul P. Welcome to SmashDaLikeTV.
We thought Boston sent you over here to be a spy.
Yeah, hey, listen, yeah.
We didn't know.
You don't even know, Ray. We was worried. But once we knew you was one of us, it was all love, baby. So if they got a problem with you, they got a problem with you, they still got a problem with us then.
Right.
Whatever that is.
You're right.
Whatever that is.
You're right.
Whatever they want to do.
And I have to say,
we old, D-Wade retired, CB retired. We got nothing to do but fight. So if they want to fight,
for sure. I know UD, he got all of our backs at all times.
There are players out there that have not won as many championships as you guys, and I think about a guy like Paul Pierce who's out there right now.
Kind of comparing about us. You don't think about him, he thinks about us.
I was just going to ask you. That's
you don't have to think about him. You don't have to think about him.
UD, what's the deal? Why you guys? Why Dwayne Wade? Why does he keep comparing? Like, what comparing them? Like, what's going on there?
I don't know. It sounds personal. It sounds personal, but
it does.
Man, I mean, those guys took that pretty tough. They took that loss in that series pretty tough.
Now, before I play this next video, I want you to look at Udonis Haslem's face when the reporter refers to KG as a tough guy. He had this calm demeanor on his face. And then as soon as the reporter mentions KG with Kobe and Tim Duncan as a tough guy, oh man, his face changes. And he didn't want to cut the reporter off, but his face changed. And in the minute he had an opportunity to talk, he addressed the tough guy thing. It's just hilarious. Then at the end of the interview, the Kevin Garnett thing bothered him so much that at the end of the interview, he had to remind the reporter not to sling that tough guy term around too loosely. Just check it out.
Against Kobe, against Timmy, against KG, other than being three of the toughest guys to ever walk the planet and three of the best players ever lived, was there something else that jumped out at you about those guys, either collectively or individually, that just separated them and made greatness even greater?
Tough guys, you said?
Yeah. Well, tough, elite, all of it. Just, was there something about
two of those guys, I would probably say I consider tough guys, and that's more so mentally tough. And one of those guys just do a lot of this. That's not tough at all. So we going the definition of tough guy don't go by guys that do this. You know that, Tim. So
I understand.
I want to take KG. You probably want to take KG off that tough guy list. Now, great basketball player. Great basketball player, yes. Those guys, competitive spirit. Those guys, the way they led their teams, all in different ways. Obviously, Kobe was a guy that basically said, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna knock down every wall, I'm gonna push every brick, and you guys just get on board and follow. And if I can implement, my mentality and my heart into you guys, then we'll be all right. That's the way Kobe, did his thing. I think Tim Duncan quietly was just a quiet assassin. Just one of those guys that didn't say much. And those guys probably pissed you off more than anybody. You're not going to talk to you, not going to say much, and at the end of the night, he's going to fry you like chicken. He's going to have 30 or 15, and they're going to win the championship. Obviously, KG chooses a route that I really don't, condone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that talking and disrespect, but you can't take away from what he's done on the basketball court and who he's been as a basketball player. Obviously, coming in at such a young age, and from the get-go, being able to dominate this game of basketball on both ends of the floor. You talk about two-way player. He was one of the first guys to be able to do it at 6'11". Talking about guarding 1 through 5, and just the way he was disruptive on defense, and then took it to the offensive floor and just approached both ends of the game, with the same, mentality and aggressiveness. So, all those guys are great basketball players, and God rest the soul of Kobe, man. Those guys definitely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't be loosely throwing around tough guys.
That's to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a different era. My era, we used to hate the motherfuckers that we used to have to go against and the rivalries and all that shit. To this day, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I feel when we got to play the Celtics. I can't stand the motherfuckers.
First of all,
and I have nothing against. And I have listen.
Hold on, man.
And the crazy thing about it,
can I tell a story about it in the huddle, man?
I like Tatum and I like Brown.
I would love for you to tell.
Can I tell a story about it in the huddle, man?
What? I like Tatum. I like Brown.
Nah,
them
not
old
this.
motherfuckers, KG and Paul. I don't fuck with y'all. Y'all know that.
There you go.
It's cool.
There you go.
I don't fuck with y'all. Y'all know that. It's cool.
Started.
I'm cool on that. Fuck that. The young generation, y'all can create y'all own beef and y'all can create y'all own whatever. The old motherfuckers, y'all already know. I see y'all in the grocery store. It's home.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
And I don't care what aisle it is. It could be a 7-Eleven around the motherfucking cheese dip. It's like whatever. All that shit getting flipped over.
Man, listen.
That's just how I feel. Like, and they understand that. I told them that. Like, they know that. I don't fuck with them people.
Hey, man, if you take a look at Bam's face, he's looking at Udonis Haslem like, man, you wild. You crazy. But, everybody handles things differently, man. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different temperament. And some people you can't play with like that. So I hope that Bam don't see these dudes in the street and like he said, man, if I see them in the grocery store, man, look, stuff getting tossed. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that he's joking about that. Like I don't think he is. I think Bam was even looking at him like, bro, you gotta fall back a little bit. Like, don't take it to the extreme. But like I said, everybody handled things differently. And this is all over basketball. Really, it's all it started on the court. Miami ended up winning more chips than Boston. Several players on the Miami Heat have more rings than Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. Ray Allen was able to have more championship rings because he joined the Heat. So there's a whole lot that play into the animosity, the friction, and all this toxic, behavior that we seeing from like adults, man. And throughout this whole ordeal, it's been Ray Allen, in my opinion, that's been handling the friction between the Boston players and the Miami Heat players quite maturely. Whatever friction these guys been having, I really don't see Ray Allen being as petty as I see a lot of these people being. So I got to give credit to Ray Allen, and it's not to take a shot at Udonis Haslem or KG or Paul Pierce. I know there are a lot of things that take place on the court, on the field, or the ice that are of a serious nature. And there's a lot of people that's not letting go of certain things, no matter how mature they may become, no matter how old they get. They may throw that maturity directly out the window when they see the person. That's probably where Udonis Haslem is at. And I think it's kind of easy for a lot of us to sit back and probably make a judgment on Udonis Haslem. The judgment could be that maybe he's immature and he's mishandling the situation. I think sometimes we got to understand that people have a right to be upset with somebody else, and only Udonis Haslem really know the extent to which KG might have said whatever he said or did whatever he did, as well as Paul Pierce. I think Udonis Haslem is just tired of the talk that's coming from that side. And like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's temperament different. Everybody's personality different. So is it an issue of maturity? Who's to say? But leave your thoughts in the comments section. Is Udonis Haslem being immature? Or do you feel like he has a right to want to handle this situation in the manner in which he expressed in his video? This is SmashDaLikeTV. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you share it. Also, make sure you smash that like button. You know the name, SmashDaLikeTV. So please smash that like button for me. And make sure you hit the subscribe before you take the next ride. Your brother Be Easy is out of here like Vladimir. Peace.